I'm Dr. Robin Ganzert, coming to you from Kenya, where we're shining a spotlight on one of the world's most endangered antelopes, the Mountain Bongo. Our Conservation Fund of Africa team had the extraordinary privilege of joining Dr. Robert Arujo and his remarkable team at the Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy to learn firsthand about the challenges this species faces and the inspiring efforts underway to save it. In a recent episode of Robin's Nest, we highlight this urgent conservation mission. With fewer than 100 mountain bongos left in the wild, their survival hangs in the balance. I hope you'll tune in and be inspired by the heroes working to protect this magnificent species.
Mountain bongo tracking. I love this. We're at the Mountain Bongo Breeding Project near Mount Kenya, and I'm here with Wildlife Officer Kibet today, and we are searching through phase 1 of the breeding program in search of the critically endangered mountain bongos that have been introduced into the program.
So the mountain bongo are the critically endangered antelopes we have in the world, and currently in the wild we have less than 100 remaining, and we are glad as Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy we started the breeding program to ensure the population is increasing. I've seen one.
Did you? Did you really?
Yeah, you see that one?
We've just found some mountain bongo. There's an alpha male resting under the bushes, and there was a female walking in the background. This is so exciting. This is our first mountain bongo sighting here in the Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy. This in particular is the Mountain Bongo Breeding Project site. And we found a group of the bongos all together. And I'm particularly excited about the 2 calves lying in the bushes there. One is only 1 month old and the other is 2 months. This is so exciting to see a breeding project of a critically endangered species in action. Maybe one day they could be reclassified by the IUCN Red Data list as endangered rather than critically endangered. Do you think we're going to reach that point in our lifetime?
With the efforts we'll put and also the commitment from various stakeholders, we will reach there. Yeah.
Good to know.
When the numbers reach us, let's say like 100 plus, we'll now open up the sanctuary for them to move freely to the forest.
Okay, yeah, so it's a very long, thought out, well-planned, meticulous process.
Yes.
Which is great because we're keeping the responsibility to these animals as a priority to make sure their welfare is the top priority.
Yeah.
The mountain bongo is the biggest antelope that lives in the forest in the whole world. They are found only in Kenya presently in the wild, but their population sadly has been going down drastically due to human-driven causes like poaching, yes, habitat loss, and that has driven the mountain bongo population to, at the moment we are talking about less than 100 animals left in the wild. Having been an active participator in recovery of endangered species, I know what that one animal means.
Yes.
And
every animal counts.
Every animal counts, especially when you are at a hard press like we are with the mountain bongo. It means a lot to lose one animal. Yes. When we realize actually the population in the wild were going down, so we convinced the Kenyan government that, look, we need to capture some bongos and send them to American zoos and Europe. Finally, the bongos were sent to the zoos. Fast forward in 2004, when we wanted to recover the mountain bongo, where could we get the founding stock? They were the zoos. So our program, especially with the recovery of the mountain bongo, underscores the important role the zoos play in the recovery of species currently.
Oh, thank goodness. I agree completely with what you're saying. And you know, these zoo populations have actually been criticized by people who don't believe animals should be in human care. But the reality is that each of these collections of animals in modern zoos and aquariums are actually the emergency rooms for species that are vanishing, and included the insurance populations because of the genetics.
I do not want to see extinction taking place, not in my lifetime, and I do not want to have another history associated with my time that a species got extinct, and I was looking on without doing anything. So my heartbeat is that I am driven by that cruel history. I have a promise that I made to my mother, and again, I really love conservation. This world, if we neglect it, I think we are the first species to be extinct. So for humanity to survive, we need our wildlife to continue.
It's just before sunrise here at Mount Kenya, and we are at phase 2 of the Mountain Bongo breeding program. We are joining Wildlife Officer Kibet this morning to do some Mountain Bongo monitoring, and I'm really excited to see the Mountain Bongo conservation in action.
So in comparison now to the first phase, you can see this one's it's an forested area, and these ones they have limited interaction with the humans.
And tell me, Kibet, every day you and the rangers are monitoring the Mountain Bongo.
Yes.
What are you looking for? Are you monitoring their behavior? Are you looking at the health, their body condition?
So in terms of the monitoring, the first priority is looking at their health to see if they are okay. Then number 2 is now their interactions with other animals, if there is any kind of aggression. Then number 3, if there is any intrusion, maybe of the predation or the poachers. And now we normally see their habitat, if it's in good condition. If we see the browse is reducing, especially during the dry season, we normally increase the supplements.
Okay.
Yeah. And I wish our ancestors could understand what it cost to bring back the animal which they killed. And they were killing basically for the bushmeat as well as the hides, because they're using the hide to make the clothes. And also they were killing some of these animals for the ivory. So I'm glad efforts we are putting here, we can see them bearing the fruits because the number is now coming up. So I'm sure our future generation will be able to see the Mountain Bongo in the wild.
No, I feel very privileged to have seen them. I feel privileged to be here at Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy and to see the rarest antelope in the world during its rewilding process is truly an honor.
Yeah, luckily for us it's quite a privilege, and we are proud to see this program going on successfully. The progress is quite positive and the future is promising for the bongos.
Well, what a joy to have you today in Robin's Nest, Dr. Robert Arujo, and we will be giving him a grant to continue his impressive and inspirational work with the Mountain Bongo. Thank you so very much.
I appreciate and thank you for having me here. Thank you for hosting me, and thank you for standing up for wildlife. And I think you are doing a very, very commendable service to humanity, and not many organizations are like you. So please keep on for the sake of our wildlife and for the sake of our planet.